All right, what's on the bench? I've been fascinated with these little motors you can get off of eBay, AliExpress and stuff. They're these cute little gear motors, and they are low voltage motors. They'll operate around 3 to 6 volts. And so they're great for 5-volt projects. And they have super amount of torque, and they rotate fairly slowly. I'll show that to you. The only problem with them is that they're just open, and if you get any gunk in there, they're going to fail. Doesn't take a very large particulate because those gears are super, super tiny in there. So these have a marking of NA4S SA57G. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. So you can get these for like $1.50, maybe even $1. I don't know. I think I paid $1.50 for these guys, just for fun. So I have taken equipment apart that uses these things. This was out of, I don't remember what it was out of, but it was wired into some product, and it has a different shaft on it and a slightly different number on it as well. There you go. I found it interesting, though, that they have the 2 leads of the motor, plus they decided to ground the case. So maybe these things are noisy, and so they put a ground wire on this little case. And I guess that adds some shielding around the case. That's kind of nice. But it's the exact same gear train, exact same speed and everything. Let me go ahead and I've got one here on some wires, so let me hook that one up. Let's go ahead and put some power on it. You can see there, about 60 RPM, about once a second, something like that. That's at 5 volts. Let's go down to 3 volts. There you go. So it's about 2 seconds per revolution now. But even at 3 volts, it's quite a bit of torque. And at 5 volts, yeah, lots of torque. So yeah, they're cool little motors. Now, one of the problems with the motors is how do you hold them, right? A lot of motors, you know, here's a big motor. You know, it's got some big screws that you can attach it to a plate. Other motors, you know, here's two threaded holds to mount it to a plate. But these little guys, you know, how do you mount them? They do have some holes in the front. You think maybe those are tapped, but they're not. They're just clear holes. Let me show you some close-up photography of this little guy. So, you know, in a gear system, you go small gear to big gear, small gear to big gear, small gear to big gear to go down. And so you reduce the RPM and you increase the torque. So yeah, these are cute little guys. I like them. Even have a little bushing on the front, I think. But yeah, they're pretty nice. All right, so I mentioned I saw a product that used one, and so they did go to the trouble of molding a piece of plastic to act as a holder. This one here, I can show it to you. So it's half of what was in the product. So the motor kind of slides in here, but it's still wobbly. There must have been another part that clamped it down or something to hold it in there. So, and then it's got a little rail on it. So this fit in some other piece of, so there was a lot of engineering to hold on to the motor, right? So I thought, oh, okay, well, I got a 3D printer. So I designed a little cubby hole for the motors. So the motor will slide in from this side. There's actually a step in there. So when you put the motor in, and it's a nice snug fit, when you push the motor in and bottom it out, it actually goes into the housing a little bit. Let me show that to you. So it actually goes in to the kind of the second spacer here in the. So you could maybe design a better one of these that went and covered the whole thing up. That would probably be better thing to do. I think I'll go redesign these and make it go in all the way. I was just kind of following the example here, but it seems like you really want to have that go in much deeper than that. And yeah, that would be better. So maybe I'll make two different versions. So that's that. Anything else I wanted to say today? No, I'm just a fan of geared motors. And let me run to the cab. I use Fusion 360 and to build this part. So all I kind of need to do is lengthen it in one direction and build another one that covers everything up. That would be a much smarter design. All right, so I modified the part so it's longer now and looks pretty good. So I'll export a 3D file over to the Creality slicer, and we'll slice that. We'll take that file and send it to the printer. And the printer will do its job. Things are looking good. All right, let's come back to the bench. Okay, here we are, and we now have a longer version of the part. So if I take our little motor here, and you can see it's got that oval motor shape, right? It fits very nice. So we're going to put it in on this side and slide it in. Oh, like it was made for it. Yeah, like it was made for it. Nice and flush. It's in there nice and tight. You could always put a little drop of glue in there. And it's set up for 440 screws. Oops. So you can drop a screw in it. And yeah. That's pretty cool. I'll put the 3D file up on my share site on PCBWay so you guys can grab it if you want to. If you're using these little motors, I just think they're super cool. They're super cheap. So yeah, why not do something with them?